Hello. Everybody. Thank you for coming in today. Kane's the Purge. And I'm so happy to see me. I'm happy to be here. I'm really happy. I feel like a lot's happened, and I want to talk about it. So I'm going to be real echoey. I don't know. So, I had that up because I wanted to start there. Okay. Trying to get on the screen. Okay, here we go. I had the first thing, and I don't know if y'all are familiar with this one. Do like one of those guys, those sleek black cats that got all their reaction. Okay, so this is the first one here. Should be let's just say with Dinky IMO, we had fantastic in the spot coverage of the UK Riot. Kudos to you guys. I don't know. I'm so dark. It's probably best. Chat is disabled. Okay, I gotta stop then. I don't know why it's disabled. Okay. Maybe I don't have to stop it. I can just change the settings while we go. I kept stopping the other day, and people just like, what the hell? Okay, open that around stats. Had chat on. I can't know who's here. So, where's the damn? Oh, you know what you do? You gotta do this. It's over here. It's over there. It's over right. Should be great. Okay. Boom. Okay. Alright, chatters. Make sure I'm doing a live chat with you guys. This is gonna ruin my output. So how do I move this damn thing? I can't move it. I gotta separate it. Probably? No? I don't know. Doesn't matter? Okay. You have to sign in. I'm signed in. That's what's messed up. I don't understand. I have to sign in and chat with myself. I'm just wasting time until people jump in anyway. But you know what? I will. I will. Sign in. Yeah, I don't know. Y'all know who I am. It doesn't give me my password. I have to change this shit. I'll have another. Where's the... See, it'll probably pop. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and do it on the DL. Can you see my fingers? No. Boom. So you can probably tell by the asterisk that came up. Oh, now you know what kind of phone I got. Figures. Just me, dude. Let's go. Simplify, yeah, right. Look, anything Google does is simple. Wait, I don't want to do that. What am I doing? No, go away. You know what? I submit to Windows. I submit. Okay, thank you. I submit to Google. I submit to Windows. There it is. I'm going to be the Purge. So I'm hosting this damn... I have 100 subscribers too, by the way. Congratulations to us. We're growing community. I don't know what is going on here. Yeah. See, okay. I'm assuming this is my chat. I don't even know what I just logged into, what I just signed up for here. But hello, come in. Wow. First chat. I spelled it wrong. Alright. Okay, so back to where I was. There's Jim Morrison. Can't play that. Louis C.K. Funny. If you haven't seen the greatest American hero, allow yourself that. The actual chat may be down here. I don't know. Okay, I used to have it down there, and it was wonderful. Those days. Okay. I'm probably echoey, huh? I'm probably echoey. I don't know why it's not coming in as mic. I feel like I need to probably start over, don't you think? I don't know. It says mic input device. And it's going on input capture. So before that's all I needed, I'm hoping that I'm recording. Somebody get your ass in here and tell me if you hear me. Okay, I don't know. Alright. Anyway. Alright, so this is a welcome to Purge. Alright. I'm excited to be here. I'm happy to have you. If you're wondering what that's my mouse, and it's really annoying and it's loud. I'm sorry, and it's clicking on. I have this little table. It's one of those little TV tables, like you can put your TV guide on that table. You can eat your TV dinner, and you can watch TV while you eat your TV dinner. So it's my kind of table. You know what I mean? And just in case somebody gets out of line. Anyway, so Louis C.K., Greatest American Hero, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. I can't help but bring that mouse up every time. Costanza. So we're probably not going to be able to hear that, which is good. And then I'll turn this up now and not be able to hear this. Well, it's probably good because he's got music playing there. I hope you couldn't hear that. Copyright strikes. If you don't mind, I don't mind. I don't know what was recording. Nobody's in the chat. Okay. That's fine. Let's go. Okay, so where have I been? First of all, I was moving, man. I spent all my money, and so I had no phone, no figures, no internet. You know what I'm saying? I was echoey. I had job. I had my house and a car, and 3 months have gone by. What I've been doing? Well, halfway through, I realized I was in a unique situation where I could see what 95% of America, I wouldn't say 95%. I'll say a good 75% were privy to as far as newscasts and what is the narrative, the directive out there given to people. Now, if you're an Idaho guy or girl and whatever, and you know what I can do? I can open my chat. So I'll do that in a second. I can chat as me and still be the broadcaster guy. I think if I log in, I'll do like BK's sister. No, Demetrius Robinson. Yes, it's me, Demetrius, that's been posing as you. I ain't scared of you at all. I don't care. I think you don't care either. So, what I have to say is that I have notes here. So, I had my source of entertainment for 2 or 3 months was literally a HD antenna, the over-the-air antenna, just like you used to get with the rabbit ears. Okay, and so I noticed that a lot of people have this now. Cable is expensive, and so even for news-hungry folk, I'll tell you, they're not getting it. There's some news channels, and I'll tell you, when I say they're run by the state, I don't mean Florida. It goes deep. You know what I'm saying? And so the first thing is Idaho there's zero coverage. None. Are you with me? Zero. It's gone, folks. It's faded into the back of whatever select memory a select few had. I have used this time to talk to people. You can just take my word for it. You can't. I don't have any receipts. I didn't film it. I want to film some, and it's hilarious because you talk to the regular people, and anywhere you go, the mall, the store, the mall and the store, that's all there is in Florida. You can't really talk to people in the street. It's too hot, man. Anyway, so yeah. You've got guys making great strides. Pavarotti, AR, Hayes in my brain. I gotta play the song. Damn, every time I say his name. It's in my brain. Where it's alright, go, it's insane. I don't know, but they're gone. Alright, so look. We'll get to that. The mainstream, I mean, it's unwatchable what you get over the free HD antenna there. It's completely a narrative. We've all seen the videos of them saying the exact same thing on the exact same day and all that stuff. We know. It's unwatchable. But, occasionally I would tune in because actually towards the end, I figured I would get the outside perspective. This is what the media, they're not saying anything. Yeah, okay. Lana posted something today with driving around or something. I don't know what that was. And then you've got a CBS story about the Idaho War. Okay. Nobody watches CBS anyway. But that's the first thing they've had. And they acted like the news from the PCA just came out. All right. So we know better than that. What happens is in that 3 months, I set my brain DVR to Saturday night because they were going to have something about the Idaho 4 case. It was 48 hours, blah, 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 blah. So guess which 48 hours it was. Guess which one. Wild guess. Yeah, so it was like the one the week after, the year after, whatever it was. And I'm like, damn. And I actually watched it again, and it kind of refreshed my whole thing about the whole case and what a tragedy is. Okay, so you have a bucket. All right, you have a bucket. This is the color of my sink, so I like to drink it. Oh, minty pink. Sky blue pink. It's actually color sky blue pink. In Florida, a lot of houses are sky blue pink. So I enjoy it. I have cookies in here. It's delicious. So you have a bucket. Say it's a bucket of snails. But it's empty right now. Usually there's snails in here. At the bottom of the bucket, you see the cookies? There's the Idaho 4 case, which is extremely important to all of us who are literally going to die on this hill and are dedicated to this case. There it is. Now, this is just improvising here. Take, let's say, Donald Trump getting shot. Let's get the UK riots. And you know, it's been a while. So when I ask people, are they familiar with the Idaho 4 case here in Florida? Now I'm outside the Pacific Northwest, and I realize that everybody in Lake Tahoe County is well informed. You know, have you read, seen, or heard anything yet today? The answer might be yes. Here, and I tell you, I like to talk to pretty soccer moms there. So a lot of the and let's be honest, a lot of the people involved in true crime, and especially in this case, are gorgeous soccer moms. And so I figured I had my best chance talking to them and getting maybe a phone number or some viewers. Look, I'm at 100 viewers now. So anyway, it worked. It really worked. So yeah, and so I'd be like, yeah, are you familiar with true crime? Have you read, seen, or heard anything about the Idaho 4 case? And they'd be like, oh, I've never heard of that. I watch Oprah, true crime, something like that. I'm like, but it, and so they honestly never even heard, I'd be interested. Not that they don't care, right? It's not that they're insensitive humans. It's sincerely that, that they don't know, man. So this gives Ellie, the edge, the opportunity to make us look like fringe nut jobs. Do you feel me? And it's not a hard job. Most people think, you got preppers up in the mountains now, and they've spent millions of dollars, and look at these wackos. They still stigmatize when, at any given moment, hold on, we are right on the edge of something crazy. A lot of people are, watch out, the riots are going to pop off everywhere. And again, kudos to the British for handling their own. That's what they do over there. They do handle their own ass, and that impresses me. And I don't speak British. I definitely don't speak Irish or Scottish, but I love them to death. My background, my heritage is big part British, I guess. So maybe that's why. And they handled it. And that was a big deal. That was a really terrible, terrible, horrible thing that started that, and it was a big deal. So anyway, that's tier 2. Let's get that pen. I'm going to make a mark right here, okay? And then you have, I don't have to tell you, you got astronauts in space. You have a guy that likes turtles. The cockroach did it. Even if you get the narrative, the cockroach did it, dude. So I'm not going to sit here and pull any punches and tell you that, we made so much progress. Because literally, I did finally, right before I got back on the line here, I caught something, and it was pickpocketed right out of, one of Lana's lives or something like that. And it was, it was just some fact that would pull out of the PCA. Oh, no. It was the video, and it was something new about the 4 people running in the background of Banfield. And they had a whole map, and they said, maybe they doubled back, and I was like, okay, cool. First of all, the whole Banfield was all us. First of all, they're not going to give you credit. So what they're going to do, they're going to push you down, because they got all the money, and they just put money on top of stuff, and it pushes you down, in case you didn't realize that, as a creator. And then they're going to pick your pocket as your ass going up in the air. Okay? So push, pick. Push pull. Push pull. Lana left, me right. Beautiful Clearwater, folks. There it is. You can see that's out my slit. And today we have a horrible, beautiful sunny day. I don't know why it stopped raining, but it did. Get that guitar in the background for image sakes. It's air conditioner. So that's my social experiment there. With I talked to coworkers. I spoke to family members. I spoke to just people that wouldn't even expect it. Church and you name it. I had long conversations with a lot of them, and a lot of them subbed up for me here. And I appreciate that. Thank you. And it's been great corresponding with everybody. I have more on the Kopaka Eye, and I'm not Illuminati. I wanted to be effectively let you know what I'm talking about in case I don't have any audio. I don't know. I have no idea if I have audio. I wish somebody would hop on because I can't see chat, man. It's apparent. Is it disabled? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter so much because who cares, right? Nobody cares. I want to say, let me see if there's another. If I go to settings, will it let me change settings midstream? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yeah. So congratulations, Britain. We don't have to watch them throw the Nazis in the sea today. I guess that'll be tomorrow. Folks, I figured out another fact. I heard, and I looked into a little bit. And sorry, Trevor Rev, or whatever. I don't have any receipts to show you, but I really did find out is it Argentina, Brazil, the Nazi, they really migrated there. Most of the upper level Nazis got away with a lot of money, and they started their own towns there in Argentina and Brazil, and they speak exclusively German there. And from the main point is, from what I understand, the children and the grandchildren of those escaped Nazi officers are more Nazi or more pro-Nazi. Pro-Nazi. They're bigger Nazis than their parents were. So that's a scary thought. And you got to think, it's a lot of money. What have they been doing over there? Agriculture or whatever? I don't. In Brazil. No, they're farming information, man. And they are trying to gather a movement, get stronger. And, they push it in there and push it in here, and you can't stop them. They're everywhere. And, anyway, that's a scary... There's something else for you to be scared about. Okay, so we obviously have that connection here in Latah County and down in Pomegranate and Mango and Mandarin, Idaho. Those cities have, what do you have, like an A, B connection, and we need to see our way because the truth is in the rabbit hole. And, like I said, Jay Embree's made some great points, and I hate to see him have gotten as caught up in the drama as Gak. Gak's show is like literally, I don't know what his channel is now, but it's like Days of Our Lives, Idaho 4, Days of Our Lives, Sands in the Hourglass. It's like, dude, he's defending himself left and right. And, with the things you've said about people, bro, other Kane, I'll be honest with you, man, you kind of had it coming, bro. You asked for that. You made Bubbly Waters cry, dude. And that was my goodbye. Later. I fart in your general direction. You suck. Yeah, you're a dick, dude. So, you had what was coming. Now, see, I'm in the drama now. I don't care. He's not even talking about me because that would just give me hits. But, I'm not an investigator, I'll be honest. Grizz brought me here, dropped me off. And I read a couple Conan Doyle books, and I can do Photoshop. That's why I say I'm going to do that Kopaka Eye thing. Gosh, I forgot his name, and I'm sorry. I wanted to reference him. He mentioned that it says good vibes. And he left a comment under the Kopaka Eye video that just set me off for a second. I'm like, that's kind of a creepy comment, bro. He's like, no, that's what it says in the eye, good vibes. And I'm like, really? Oh, wow, okay. Because he had just put good vibes, just responding to my video. And I thought, oh, okay, well, so I want to look at that. I mean, as far as I know, it could be a reflection of that lamp. And that's in that vector, if you watch that video, the vector version of his eye, which is crazy. It's weird. Maybe I wanted to see it. I didn't see it. Maybe I need a better magnifying glass to do it. I got one here. So we're gonna somewhere. I did now. We're never gonna do it. Okay, forget it. There it is, right there. I will look deeper into the wholesome fucking eye, and that's how I figured that out. Okay, so and roundabout to wrap that whole media thing up, you got what, 70, 80,000, maybe 100,000 subs for our big guys there, Lana, that are directly Idaho 4 involved. I know she does other stuff, and it's great. And she'll get lives with like 1,000 people now. It's great. And so you have a certain amount of people that A, can get to the information, B, give a crap enough even to look, C, have been brainwashed like we have into it and completely wasted. No, we're not wasted but thrown our lives and destroyed our lives. Heather Fitzgerald and Jen, I can go on. Nothing half-assed. I love her. She is so funny. I want to have her on here. Nothing half-assed is my favorite. And she chats all the time, too. It's great. And a lot of people don't get her. But she's funny. The Nancy Grace thing is great. But I digress. So, you have at that many top 100,000, and spread it out. And you got Gray Hughes maybe has more. And a lot of people are like, oh, News Nation, man. That's the vato of all the, Not as I don't think they have as many viewers as they say they do, first of all. And they don't spend as much time. Like Court TV, I thought that's where I was going to get my Kohberger laundry list on the daily. They don't even talk about it. That's where that 48-hour special was on. But not a thing, man. Not a new thing. And I'm like, damn. We're just out in the middle of the Pacific on an island by ourselves. And so with 350 million Americans, even, say out of the 100,000, 50,000 are just totally dedicated to solving this case and proving corruption and putting an end to this crap. Okay? Yo, Twizzle, can you hear me? Just put a 1 if you can hear me. Can you see me? Yeah, I was just talking about your channel, bro. That was great coverage. You weren't there much for the Riot crap, but that was really good shit. I like his. That was in depth. So to finishing up, you have another 50,000 that kind of dabbled in it, were interested, they read something, they saw something. That's how it works in YouTube. You put up a picture and it catches their eye. You put up a title, it catches people in. And then, so yeah, if you're not watching Dinky IMO, make sure you get in there so Twiz can debate you in the chat. And then Willie can chew your head off. No, just kidding. But out of those 50,000, out of those 100,000, 50,000 may care. 50,000 have at least heard of it. So that tells you right there. Because if you know anything about this case, you will be more likely to check back with Delphi, with the weirdness of Delphi. And I think a lot of people got into like the Netflix stuff with the cat stuff, and the How to Marry a Murderer, with that whole crazy, and that's all that I have. I haven't been here solving, and I don't know why. Maybe just because my name is Kane and I live in Clearwater, I have a reason to. Something drew me. I don't know. I like the seventh Kane. Like Kane's popping up left and right. And I'm glad I have the right chat. At least I have one chatter, and that gives me all kinds. I could probably get into Bohemian Grove now. Sudi Vec. Hey, yeah, cool. Thank you, Sudi, very much. I hope I'm saying that. Sudi, like down in Lodi. Woo. You see, when you put the harmonica upside down, you get a whole new. So you can do like a solo to your little bass part. Anyway, so 50,000 care, 50,000 don't care. You got creators, you got Jay Embree, you got A.R. Hayes, you got the gorgeous Jewels of all trades, so smart. You have the lovely Bubbly Waters, and their lives, man. You don't try to tell me that Lana's life's not dedicated to solving this damn thing. Now, the problem is, you have a narrative, and let's talk about narratives. I want to go to the phones here real quick. Thank you very much, by the way, Vakic. I want to look at this surf video really bad because this is Puerto Escondido in Mexico. It's about halfway down Baja, and this is how big it gets, and it's a beach break, but it's like an easy paddle out beach break. So it's just this one point. I guess probably cruise ships go in there. But look at the size of that crap, man. This guy's he pulls into the barrel. Look at Okay, so look at this guy. Oh no, he's gonna let him storm the White House is what's gonna happen there. I want to send prayers out to Heather. I know that she was in this, and somebody else. Oh gosh, who was it? Got flooded out. And she had no power for 2 days. And we all love her. So please send a prayer and a shout her way. I thought she had a channel. Said she had a channel, but she didn't have a channel. And then, so we'll talk about this. There's the riot. And then, what was this? What did I say I was going to talk about? Oh, the something. Okay, we'll come back. So, let me look at what I was looking at. True primers, 350 creators coverage. Yeah, it's a faded memory at best in their minds, and they're squishing you down. And where should even relate to the closer to the truth? A/B situation, and and if you want to go down that road, you'll find yourself on an island. It leads us to the question: if we're going to follow that, what all these great creators are doing, and it's not being reported, it makes us look. It's easy. I know you want to see my handsome face here. For the media to laugh at us, to point at us, and to make us look crazy. Now I'm making it really easy for them. I couldn't make it any. I had this alien look. Then my batteries died. I left my battery. But here, look, I am a creator, and I am crazy about Idaho 4, and so that way it's more easily discredited, and they can still say, well, DNA and phone records, and they don't have anything. They have this DNA man. Okay, let me ask you a question. Is there a chance in that 9 hours that the crime scene remained unsecured? Is it possible that it was contaminated? Is it possible? I mean, is it even possible that the unaliver obviously stayed there and cleaned up? You don't have a half of latent footprint. Especially when you had what about the 3 people, or wasn't it 3 people that went in after the 911 call? So it's and then we did the pharmacist, the EMT did go into the house, confirmed. When I could have sworn maybe there is a glitch in the Matrix and we're in another reality or something, and we jumped the Mandela timeline, but I could swear I remember hearing that the EMT was not let into the house. And somebody made a good point. How do you how do you mistake a passed out person for a person that was sliced and diced the way that we know the male victim in this case was? And I'm not trying to horrify you, I'm just asking questions, and I'm not here to slander anybody, but man, I'm going to pick you apart. I ain't scared. So, the neo-Nazis are out at sea, Britain's safe again, and now I feel like I need to talk about this, that the reaction videos that I started doing, and I might have gotten 50 hits on it, but I guess the right people saw it, and other people started doing true crime reaction videos. That was the big thing. And then I feel like it led to this tearing down of each other and this talking shit and just saying whatever you want to say about people, which, I mean, if you're a keyboard bandit or a telephone tough guy, whatever, you can go on and run your mouth, and as some people are finding out, it's gonna come back to haunt you. But that is, in my opinion, something that somebody picked up on the opposition to tear us apart. So you divide and you conquer. You divide and you conquer. Why do you do that? Because when you divide a group of people that have the same mission, they're easier to conquer. They're easier to make look insane, like a fringe, like a wild parachute into the tunnel idea. Okay? So we're not going to let that happen. And a lot of people have addressed these situations are now swearing off the juice. They're swearing off the sauce, guys. And I'm happy to see it. Okay? And at the same time, all this is happening, and I know it's a coincidence. Another coincidence in this case is we have the curse of the Bambino, right? So that's the upside down lead. You can go jam right there. Tango, you know, and you look into it deeper, and you have Pete Altieri's. I mean, he was on the edge of the mattress, and God bless him. He's healthy again, and we're happy to have him back. He's a wonderful guy. And then, you know, right after AR, Thought Riot has disappeared. So let's get right to that. Let's start with that one since my internet brain is broken today. So what happened to Thought Riot? And before I did my involuntary social experiment, we would chat, and you had the whole gang there that everybody got kicked out of Lana's chat was in the Riot chat on that, and we made a lot of progress, and we were getting attention from, I know Brendan and Malia like to take all the credit, but we put a couple ideas, because they were guilters when I started there, I'll tell you that right now. They were right along with the mainstream, and between me and a couple other people, mainly Twiz and probably Jeff H, got them to change their mind and see the light, which is fine. I don't need credit. I just want to push things along in the. Where the heck? I gotta go to it, I suppose. That was supposed to be the big ending. That's something we're going to talk about. That's definitely something we're going to talk about. So this one I can go right here, and I'm going to show you how I get into my email. See now, Microsoft will just trick the shit out of you. Right there. Okay, so I sent a Gmail, and this is it, to Thought Riot. And here, I'll just say the sent. I think this is the one. Yeah. Where is it? Maybe, yeah, Thought Riot. TR. Maybe it's the other. I think it's the other Gmail. It's this one here. And so, where's the sent? You can see it? Okay, good. I'm glad. Usually it doesn't do that. Okay, so I have it up. Want to play a game? I came back to find you missing, and rumor has it was Brendan was hurt, is what I heard in the chat from Twiz. That sorry, I was trying to get the chat going. Apparently, I wasn't doing the chat. I just did some kind of thing. Okay, so I heard rumor has it Brendan is hurt, which is a fantastic cover, because we know he's in some kind of government thing that he works. I don't know if he's an agent or whatever. Which in itself might explain the disappearance, but they had a mission statement that was they wanted to quit their jobs and do that full time. They were moving up. They were moving out of Brendan's mom's basement and getting another place to broadcast. They didn't broadcast it, but anyway, and he got hurt, and that's the last. And so for them to end their broadcast 3 months ago, I guess, like right at the beginning of my experiment, they're on their own little experiment, and they were uncovering a lot of stuff. They were coming up with stuff that I hadn't even heard, that I didn't even know. That was a surprise to all of us, and Heather, of course, is way ahead of us. And so, it makes you wonder, were they silenced? Obviously, that Forensic Frenzy Chronicles of Olivia, I haven't seen much of her, but if you're watching this, call me. You have the reply from them, which is in my inbox, obviously, and I'll go. Yeah, there. And it was this. Can you see it? Yeah, creepy ass form letter. I mean, I don't know. It's Microsoft. So this is, because if Brendan was in a full body cast and could just move the mouse with his teeth, he would write 7 consonants in a row and send it back to me. He first of all, he's my friend. I consider him a friend, internet friend, whatever. But I feel pretty confident that he's one of the most terrific guys you can meet, and just somebody I like to model my what's that word? Integrity. Take me a while to think about it. After, and I think he has a lot of it. I think he's an active, he's a skater guy, he's a healthy guy, and and Malia's super brilliantly smart, and she's not hard to look at, easy on the eyes, which I think that and the hot dog broadcast they did brought them a lot of people, a lot of viewers, which I think was great, and it was going places. But this is what I got back. If you send them an email, you might get the same thing. I don't know, but this is creepy for them. A form letter, never had that before. All of a sudden, after a mysterious disappearance, and you see this was just a couple weeks ago, the same day. So right away, it's just one of those, click, it's out, get out of my life. Don't bother me, kid, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for contacting Thought Riot Podcast here at Thought Riot Podcast. It's a dad podcast. We believe we work for you, the viewer, which is, the standard thing they would say. We take responsibility very seriously, too. You see, in order to best protect you in the show, we work with attorneys in all business decisions we make. If you are reaching out with business marketing and sponsorship opportunities, please put business opportunity in the subject line since we receive many emails. And I think I put bump on the head. I don't know what I put in my subject line, but something stupid in the subject line. And so they're still reaching out for supporters, but there's no sign of it. And I don't know. Maybe maybe the Drunk Turkey Show knows. I should check with them. But no, maybe these Discord folk, and they have their little exclusive. I don't do the Discord. I tried to do the Discord, and it was weird, and then it didn't work, and then I was just like, this is like, I thought I was going down a Reddit hole. Like, Reddit, like, if you want to throw some Nazis in the sea, go to Reddit. And I feel bad for them because they've been attacked and whatever, but they really suck. But in the subject line, since we receive so many emails daily, if you are one of the viewers we work for, so we give credit, please understand the sheer quantity of emails. Okay, I don't care how many emails Brendan had, he responded to. Always, no matter what. And thoughts positive because you are awesome. And that's something Brendan would say. The People's Podcast, dabba 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 dabba. Brendan and Leah kind of signed, I guess. Not really. And so, hey, you know what? Let's reply. We are the Purge. And see if by the end of the show here, we get a reply. I'm a writer, too. That's the great part about my life. Answer to where... Yeah. I've gone. Because they wanted to expand the show. And they wanted to do it so they could do it full time. They paid for advertising. I'm going to demand. If you're going to demand something, you might as well demand the PCA be freaking complete. There we go. Okay. And so we'll check back there. Now we know about that. Okay. So you have the Curse of the Bambino, right? And you have AR6. You have Lana's Beep. You have Jay Embree's being attacked from every angle. Anybody involved in trying to help push this thing along into reality. So I don't know why I'm putting my face out there. My name. I put my whole name on the screen. Come on, get me. No, I don't want that. I'm not. I've always been neutral here at the Purge. Just let me put that out there for you folks. And my opinion is hard to sway. I'm a donkey when it comes. I'm a mule. It's a combination between a horse and a donkey. A mule. They can't reproduce. And they have giant ones. I learned that. Tom Green. Anyway, that's to change my mind. And when they, like everybody else, when they first caught Kohberger, I was like, oh, great. They've got somebody in the town can risk. And we can move on. And then, we've watched everybody pick what little tidbits and granules of sand we've gotten to a million pieces, which I don't think is a bad thing. And people trying, like Lucky and AR trying to defend themselves for making so many videos about the same thing. But it seems like every time, if not new information, then from a different perspective, a different angle, something to maybe even not the creator, but maybe to the viewer, comes to light, and you watch, say, the 75,000 hours of video that Bubbly Hours or Truth is in the Rabbit Hole come up with, and you say, and you don't necessarily see something, but it kind of clicks something in your brain, and you move on and you build and we build and we build, and we say, oh, we all build on each other, which is great, which is what we should be doing, and nobody needs to necessarily, you should give credit where credit's due, definitely, but if it changes the narrative, that's what matters. If it changes the outcome of the trial, then that's what matters. You know, I think I've said it before, I'll say it again. In every other respect, Steve G is my guy. He's a tool guy. He's an IT guy. He's a father with 3 girls. You know, Spanish guy, self sufficient, and to see him, and I know he says, yes, I want the truth, but, and with the pitches and torches lit, you know, taking BK down to Frankenstein land doesn't sit well with me. I'm not gonna ever say anything badly about him, but I don't agree with that, and I worry that maybe they patted him on the back a little too hard at LE and gave him some kind of confidence. I don't know what his private eye came up with also on his own, which I'm sure he's got more in it. I didn't hire a private eye, and I wish I had now. I mean, that would have cost me nothing. It would have paid itself off in dividends, because what we don't know outweighs what we know in this case by, we all know. So in totality, by destroying other creators, if you're still on that track, then I can only say that you're working against what's happening, because just sticking with I'm a guilter and you're wrong and you're bad and this is what you did, it's not impressing everybody. It's a turnoff. It's, to begin with, it's disgusting, and it does the divide and conquer. So my only conclusion from that is that you're Justin. Okay? So let's hope that I don't get a content hit here.
Separate entirely.
Yes, Mac.
That's right. Separate entirely. D-D-E-N-N-I-S. The Dennis system. That, my friends, is the key to winning any girl's heart.
Also, let's rewind now. Winning the heart of a nation. Okay, so demonstrate value. Engage physically. That's putting yourself out there, getting on the line, and talking, and just let this thing fly. Let's go. Let's get the bug-eyed aliens in there. You can take. And next time that Bill Thompson on the air, I'm taking my remote and I can shoot him. Shoot him. We're gonna get a big gator right there. I'm gonna shoot him. And whatever it takes to capture the attention in a positive light, my friends. This is my whole soapbox today, and I'm echoey. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Whatever it takes, you can shoot him. The big gator there, and you get the remotes out. And you gather up with me, and we'll be like a stadium of power. We'll shoot them down. And it can be done if you present it in a positive light. Okay? So that's who we have to be. We have to put on, like Jerry Seinfeld said, when you go to the arena where you're doing your show, wear a jacket. We got to dress up. We got to be professional. Because that's what they are. That's 90% of the confidence and integrity that mainstream media garners is from what? It's from wearing a suit and showing up to work. Because everything else out of their mouth is bullshit. And we can see it when it's working here against us. And now we can see it when they're just reporting in regular stories. There are a few out there on TV that are looking for the truth, and then there's some that have to because they're in that area and people don't know nothing but the truth there, and for them to throw out bullshit. So we have to wonder. Now, I said it's an A-B situation, right? Okay, I'm not done with the Dennis system. So we'll come back to him. But what I'm saying is you have the A-B situation. When I'm talking about going down the rabbit hole, the truth is in the rabbit hole. What I'm talking about is, does... Oh, there goes my mic. Okay. That's how old I am. That's... Does the cartel or Sinaloa, obviously in this case, or the Aryan Brotherhood, or the law enforcement spider, FBI, or the state troopers, or the county sheriff, or just the prosecutor alone, or just the gang of Idaho University. There it is. We need to find out, does BlackRock own Idaho University? University of Idaho, the Vandals, go Vandals. Scott Green. I'm pretty sure there's a Vanguard or BlackRock is running the show there because they are so good at controlling the narrative. They write books about it before it's even in court. So do they have thumb? Do they have hand? Do they have their thumb down so hard on an entire city, an entire town, Moscow's, that they are afraid to talk, or that they won't talk, or that they can't talk? Not a single soul. Okay, there's some that have talked to people supposedly, and it's off the record, and their integrity is good because that secret's remained a secret. Nope. Still, if it's off the record, that's thumb, that's hand. They're pushing you down with one hand, they're picking your pocket with the other, you guys. So listen, I got the blue, and it's called the town called Moscow, Idaho. Now I've been Idaho. It's a beautiful place, man. But the family that I went there with told me, don't do anything wrong. You will get arrested, and I ended up getting kicked out by them, which I got kicked out of everything. So do they have so much control at, let's just say, the University of Idaho Vandals, that they can keep an entire police force and an entire city at bay and shut out the mouth? Scott, you John Masinki, listen, yes, folks, I have seen the light. I have walked the path, and the answer, unfortunately, to this question is yes. I said, before I left for my involuntary media social experiment, that this case right here is el most importante answer to all the questions that post-woke world, that Drunk Turkey Show, allegedly, Jay Embree, oh man, A.R. Hayes was in my brain. Well, it's all right. That's all you get. And then I just can't get the copyright strike. I'm sorry. Or I'd play the whole damn thing. But this is it, guys. And if you don't believe me, listen to what I'm about to read, because I'm not gonna lie to you, guys, folks, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. No, folks, listen. This is where I'm going to wrap it up. You have a family here, just like your family. Okay? And this Gressbeck, fantastic lawyer. If you need a lawyer, I would highly recommend you hire him. Even though it technically, in this particular instance, I consider it an L. Okay? If you're not familiar with Timmie Reed, when I left, he was approached at his own house at a party because of a scuffle, an engagement between him and a football player. He's a kid that ain't never been in a fight, that is a 10th generation University of Idaho alum or student of, at this point, his father was in a fraternity as he was. So we have, let's just replay just in case you don't remember or you didn't hear. Okay? He was approached and attacked over a scuffle with a football player at the University of Idaho. Now, when they reported the case, they made sure that they said it was after hours, off campus, private residence incident. Okay? Now, 50 people, many wearing ski masks, holding pipes, PVC pipes, heavy pipes for a beatdown. You're showing up with intent for a beatdown, and they approached his house, and of course, now post woke world, they try to put in, oh, he said racist comments. If you want me to believe that Timmie Reed threw out racial slurs at a crowd of 50, mostly athletes, approaching his house with pipes and ski masks, you will have to pay me over $1 trillion. And then I will say yes, with my fingers crossed behind my back. Because he did not. But that's why he got hit by the pipe, or hit by the guy, sucker punched by somebody in a mask, some real coward, attacked, hit, knocked out, along with 2 other of his friends, and left for dead. Okay, I'm sure they ran off after this, right? Okay, if that doesn't horrify you, they can just show up at 2 in the morning or whatever and do this, excuse me, then I don't know how else I could convince you. But here's the thing. Idaho police were there within an hour, I guess. Big priority for them. A student athlete did something, and oh, I guess I can probably control it here. Can I? I can do that. Let's use our wildest imaginations, folks, and pretend that this young feller here that got beat within an inch of his life was the son of a law enforcement officer in Latah County. Let's pretend that he was at his own home having a barbecue. You know what? Let's pretend it was a law enforcement officer sitting at his house barbecuing at 2 in the morning with his friends. And 50 people in ski masks showed up and beat him within an inch of his life. How many of you out there, raise your hands, would agree that the police would show up, not take a report, of course, and then just completely brush the incident off until the end of the semester, and then, oh, sorry, we can't find anybody They've all gone home. Many aren't coming back. La-dee-da-dee-da, dee-da. That's why I have the segment Through My Slit. Maybe you can't see it right now, but that's my slit. And that's where they can go, is right through my slit. Because if this was a Latah County law enforcement officer or the relative of, there would have been a manhunt for the person that perpetrated this, that the likes they've never seen in Latah County. It would have made the Bryan Kohberger church look like Minnie Mouse at Disney World. When they are telling the truth, all they want to do in law enforcement is climb the ivory tower. One by one, they get their name out there, they can get elected sheriff. They do a big crime, they're going to get kudos from their upper-ups and get promotions. And now, there's somebody in the organization. And believe me, it's a freaking organization. You're going to tell me that if that was a cop, that guy that did this wouldn't have wound up dead that night? Bullshit. 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 Okay. So, also, if you have athletes and students, I'm sorry, I promised I wouldn't yell. That's why this is here. I'm telling you. You're going to tell me, no, you're not, that, okay, so when law enforcement has, I love it, this business. We have a sheriff here. I think it's Hernando County or some county there in the woods that whenever they catch a criminal and they catch a guy speeding, this sheriff Grady Judd gets up on there and man, he strokes his back so hard that he rips holes in his shirts, and he does it every week. Every time you try to look at the damn news, him stroking and polishing his badge. And lately, a lot of it's been officers within his own sheriff's department that they're busting. He still gets up there and I'm so smart and these dumbasses and I caught them all and blah, blah, blah. And they have the 911 call and they got the body cam footage and they got video surveillance footage and they have testimony. And then he is all and has the pictures of the mug shots and how terrible they were. Every time. Every time. So when they've got an open and shut case that ain't got no kind of problems to it, guess what, dude? Guess what, dude? They're going to put it all out there right up front. And then, so yesterday, the day before, we had, now, I won't get into how I know these anyway, these people that work for us that do a great job, the Clearwater Police Department had, have you ever heard of the Fraternal Order of the Police? It's referred to here as the Clearwater Police Union that fights for higher pay and benefits for our police officers. We have great police officers here in Phillips County. Yeah, and so the sheriffs caught the guy that it's a fraternal order of police. Fraternity. It's a fraternity. And believe me, it's a fraternity. And Clearwater Police Union, he was the president. And so this guy was interfering. He was talking to a buddy and warning him when the cops were coming. And he even warned them to get out of town. And he told them to change phones. And so they arrested him. And my suspicion on this is that it just sounds like, because they cover for each other's asses, and we know that. But he was involved in a drug trafficking thing, and he was warning the people that had these kind of drugs here when the cops were coming from, because he was a detective, but he was also the president of the fraternity, you see, when the cops were on to them, and which I'm sure happens all the time, and the cops cover for each other, so this to come out, he must have crossed some line or somebody wanted his job. So now he will sit in prison unless they get him off, which they might just get him off and fire him, which is what they do a lot of the times. This is this seems like a pretty big one, and they actually got the slop server, Gutierrez here, to throw in the press conference, and he likes to talk. He likes to polish his forehead just as much as anybody. And then we got our new. I thought it was Slaughter was the new chief, but it's this feller here who looks just as likable. So that's what they do. They grandstand, and I'm sure it's not just Pinellas County, Florida, that grandstands. The truth of the, we had Julio Fulio was shot, and that night there was surveillance video of the crime and who did it and who done it and what done it and there wasn't anything under a gag order, I'll tell you that. So what does it look like when they're lying, guys? These are the faces that suffered, my friends. Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Santa. Because they're covering something up. And, you might want to argue that they're covering up an FBI 4-county task force. That's a distraction, you guys. It's money. It's follow the money, stupid. Another thing I learned from my social media experiment is that follow the money. It's the economy, stupid. Whatever you want to say. Who has the money on the free over the HD air antenna advertisement? Lawyers. Personal injury lawyers. And then you have the pharmaceutical companies, and we can imagine that, maybe the COVID contracts and Viagra and all this has given them just an exceptional amount of money that now they come out with these prescription pills that are super expensive, and not only do they have their own catchy theme song, they have a music video and gorgeous actors and this whole thing. And if you watch the TV enough, the first month I had that stupid over-the-air stuff, and I had nothing else, that I saw Astropro. I don't know what it does. They had cheerleaders at a soccer game. So usually you don't see cheerleaders at a soccer game, but with Astropro, you better believe they had some cheerleaders. And so they go to the player and Astropro. He's like, it's faster, bro. And they show the ref, yeah, it's faster, bro. And they go to the cheerleaders now at the end and they're like, it's faster, bro. It's like just such a condescending, little, if you didn't get it by now, it causes seizures and maybe sudden death, but it's faster, bro. It's not faster. So, you'll have that. You'll have that. When they're lying, here you go. So we know they're lying. We know they're covering up. And we know that it is not because it's an FBI sting operation. We know that when they have an open, shut, clean case, they're going to stroke their willies right on top of it. There it is. Okay? So the next thing, you got to nurture and depend. Okay? N-I-S. Okay? We are dependent on each other. And then you have to kind of pull away and neglect emotionally. This is how he picks up women. We have to inspire hope, though. So if you're not inspiring hope, if you're not nurturing, and you're not demonstrating value, just call yourself what you are. Okay? And here's your pronoun. Okay? Here's your pronoun. If you got a TV sitting on top of a non-working TV and it's working, and here's your pronoun. Separate entirely. See, inspire hope or separate entirely. And I've named some names only because that's personal. And you made Bubbly Waters cry. You are evil. Because as the sweetest woman, other than Mama D, on the face of the damn earth, okay? If you do that again, you're gonna really, but you're already, I find that people that tear up on me, that do things bad, and there have been a few in the past, albeit, that I always find out 10 years later that they got theirs so bad, worse than any anger, revenge thing I could have ever thought of in a million years. And it just desserts, man. So I just, somebody does something to me now, and I'm like, I forgive you, it's all good, and separate entirely, man. Okay? Inspire hope or separate entirely. Demonstrate some value. Engage physically. So to not be a wild bunch of idiots. Trust Big Pharma always. Dude, you have to. Look at their commercials. You got Sky Rizzy. You got the redhead running into the surf. They got that nothing is everything, baby, yeah. That's hot. I mean, God, I wish we had Puddin' Pops commercials again, bring me back Bill Cosby. No. Bring me back something, but if we're going to be in that party V, that RV that my man Twiz here is going to provide, wearing our t-shirts, free Bryan, whatever the case may be when that day comes, you're going to have to engage physically. You're going to have to present yourself respectively to be taken seriously. Otherwise, they can just point a finger and it looks like George Costanza eating an ice cream cone at Wimbledon. Am I right or am I right? Okay? So separate yourself entirely or identify who you are. Inspire hope. And then engage physically and demonstrate. So when that RV pulls up, the news media, the legacy news media of yesteryear, which we narcissistically say, to us, yes it is. To the 300, here's my notes, folks. To the 350 million Americans that either refuse to watch the news or forgot or don't care, 90% of them consider themselves true crimers. All they're going to have to do is point and laugh. Because our narcissistic asses think that 64,000 people listening out of 350 million carries any power. What? I mean, dude, it's not a thing. So, oh no, I just got my copyright hit. Okay, well, they'll let me take that out. She says, because I'm drunk, because I'm an alcoholic. How can you do that? Because I'm an alcoholic. This guy. And then, make sure you subscribe to Dinky IMO so that you can tune in daily to my humor in the chat there. Where was I going? So, let's forget everything that we've come up with and remember the Idaho State, what is it called? The University of Idaho. Go Vandals are in charge, guys. They're the enemy. If you wanna fight the good fight, and you wanna know who's behind the curtain in Greenville over there, it's them. Because what this whole thing is about is that when I came back from my social experiment, Gressback and Timmie's father, Timmie Reed himself, were not law enforcement officers. And unfortunately, after a review of the facts, circumstances, and potential violations, even though they were there, in defense under the old Idaho code, there's A.R. Hayes again. The A.R. Hayes way. The Idaho way, baby. A.R. Hayes was in my brain. And Idaho way has gone insane. It's gone insane, yo. Because if this was a law enforcement officer affiliated, even, this fella that perpetrated this attack would be dead. Be gone. That night, that very night. Oh, and he had a high-speed chase, which led to a crash. This one has been completely dropped, yo. University of Idaho Vandals Go is in charge, yo. You can blame Chief French Fry. You can blame Nancy Disgrace to perpetrate the narrative. You can blame anybody you want. It's all coming from Phoenix University 11, Idaho University of. There is insufficient evidence because, they were running a voluntary investigation that the people they asked could come in at their leisure. Now they're gone. And I mean, if you're a student that was horrified by the murders, where's the horror? 2 years later, you're going to show up they were showing up using that Riz from this, for lack of a better word, from the tragedy to terrify Timmie Reed, my friends. And like I said, if that was a cop having a barbecue, if that was an agent, God forbid, having a barbecue, if that was the son, if that was the third removed niece of a law enforcement officer, let alone he's a fifth generation vandal, forget that. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter to us. This person would be gone because you cannot stop law enforcement once you mess with one of their own. But when it's not one of their own, fucking well. So if you don't think that this is the most important key detail of what this town is, who controls this town, what is underneath, then you're an idiot. Point blank period. None of my viewers are idiots. I love all you guys. Thank you for tuning in. But the Drunk Turkey show, you might have a couple NPCs on your show, and then you got Daniel, who's an ex-cop who would have taken this guy's perpetrator down. See, Steve G probably didn't even know. I ain't got better than bad to say that. I just wish he'd jump on our, support us a little bit. You got to keep it classy, guys. You got to keep it classy. We got the RV coming. Gressback said in April that they was hosting a party near campus, and he's a student. That's what should matter. And he's been rattled since the incident. You think he came within an inch of his life. If this was a cop, that guy would be dead. He's not a cop. So guess what? They're dropping the case. They didn't even investigate it. And they came in masks, man, just like the murderer. Forget Embree. Forget Drunk Turkey Show. Listen to me. I'm telling you what matters. This is what matters. It would be a different case, 100% altogether, if this had been a law enforcement related. So don't tell me that you can drop this case under Idaho Way code. So when I came back from my social experience, it was the first question I asked on the chat. And I got on the chat and Twizzle Sticks like, yo, they dropped that case. And I was like, no, I got to vet that. There's no absolute positive way. And then we've got Thought Riot that's completely disappeared. And you think that's a coincidence? And you think that's real? No, bullshit. They always presented the facts, vetted only facts. They wouldn't even play a stupid video I came up with until they vetted it every time. They never even shared their opinions. But was their forum getting too big? Were their facts getting too close? I don't know. Like I said, they started here. They wound up here. You feel me? So call your congressman. They didn't need to do interviews at Criminal Confidential. You're right. And it is thug life, dude. If it is Big Pharma, I don't know. Technically it is Big Pharma because you have the cartels. And listen, Jay Embree's on the right track. Yes. This Kernodle's arrest record and Maddie's mom, stepmom's, everything just falls right into place. And he is a golden creator. And believe me, I have nothing to respect him and AR. AR are so on track. They're so good. And they keep it classy. And I want them to keep them out of the drama. Yeah, they were just taking off. The Thought Riot was really taking off. You know, because especially after I left, they got really big. But they didn't need to interview any of the frat people. And they couldn't. Because those frat people are always in trouble. The last thing they want to do is talk to the cops. And on top of it, you have to think about it. It's a frat. It's a fraternity, a secret society. And clearly, they are good at keeping secrets. What troubles me is that Ian's brother, Hunter, is in that same fraternity. So rewind the Wayback Machine here and just wrap your mind around what he would know if he's... Regardless, I know they're secret, they might not tell him. Bullshit, he's going to find out. It's his brother. Point blank, period. Yes, maybe he's sworn to secrecy, but do you think that's going to... I don't know. Maybe they got blackmailing everybody, man. That's why they do the black dinner. You know? So it does seem like there's a curse of the Bambino around this thing. Gak attack. You got... Lana was sick. AR was sick. Pete was sick. Thought Riot disappears. I mean, am I... They're even attacking Jay. Me, Post Woke, and Jules seem to be kind of... Yeah, they were getting... Sudi, they were getting a... new studio, and they were moving into it, and what Twizzlestick said was that Brendan was hurt, and like I said, if he was in a full body cast, he had to move the mouse with his mouth, he would reply to my... And speaking of that, let's roll back to the... Let's see if I got anything. Those go... I have another one. This one here. Okay, I demand... Oh, I got a new email, and it's from Thought Riot Podcast. Okay. So thank you for contacting. Here, yep, same form letter. That's 2 weeks later. I got it 40 minutes ago, right after I sent it, you guys. So you can call that another coincidence. There's 3 Kanes. I made a list of all the coincidences in this case as a joke on one of my lives or something, and it started getting... I was at 2 pages, and I hadn't even had to think of anything yet. So is this just another... Let's put this down to another coincidence when they were dedicated to becoming full-time with this. And he has a great job. Makes decent money, and so does she, I believe. And for them to just... poof, disappear. And we're just supposed to be like, okay, Brandon and Emily are fine. Like I said, I'd like to hear if anybody's on Discord and they've seen them. I know they were on the Nintendo live thing, and maybe Reddit and Facebook. But we could check Facebook. Let's while I'm on here. I think I made my point, man. Does that make sense to anyone that if it was a cop? Yeah, there's just no way they would just poof like that. If it was a cop, man, this case would not have gone on, i.e. the Timmie case. So, in my opinion, what I'm going to try to do, I guess, the only thing I can think of is to have Mr. Gressbeck, to talk to Mr. Gressbeck. Because he's a lawyer. Oh, no kidding. No shit. I read... Yeah, that's exactly what Twiz said. What do you call it? Sorry, I'm just my keyboard... My wireless keyboard ran out of batteries, I think. So when I press... I hope it's just out of battery, because it's doing 2-for-1 letters. I don't know. That's what I get when I type. So I dropped it a couple times. I've been dropped on my head too. Yeah, no, that's exactly what. And so that's a big mystery, man. And even Jay Embree brought it up in his video today. I saw him talking about he would like to pass some information on for them to vet it a little bit more, because they are like scientists on this shit. They don't play. Pardon my French. The Olympics is over. Is the Olympics over? Is it over? I'm glad the riot's over. So let's see. What was I doing? I can check Facebook if I go. I'm not technically logged into Facebook, and I don't necessarily condone Facebook. Don't send your kids to the University of Idaho, folks. If you're wondering. And let me see which one. I think it's on this one. Let's see. And I have all these things, and that looks like it's it. No. They have one that says social. Let's go to all mail. There we go. Lisa on Facebook. There we go. We'll go to Lisa. Lisa Minnelli. Yeah. Alright, so blah 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 blah. So if I go, somehow I can get to Facebook from here. It's like a backdoor in here. And then so I go to menu, go to page. I don't know what page is. No, it's not. Okay, here, and then home. That's it. I don't navigate so well. Blah blah blah. That's me. I don't find me on Facebook there. Shut up, Facebook. Alright, so what are we looking for? Thought Riot, at Thought Riot. I don't know if you have to put the hashtag or what with this. While we're here, podcast. Bingo. And let's see what we got now. So, The Riot. The Riot. I must have spelled it wrong. Wow. Wow. Okay, people. There they are. Add friend. Okay. And then let's check them out. There they are. Brendan and Leah. Cool. Okay. Well, they picture well. There we can send them a message. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. We miss you. It's not supposed to put punctuation in text. I didn't. Did I ever send my thing? I did send it. Okay. So, how are you? Question. Boom. And that's like going. That goes directly to their phone. It's sent. All right. We'll check back and let's see if there's any messages. Intro. We are average folks. Giving average commentary on the average experience. Let's talk some smack. Okay, so now I have subscribed to their thing or whatever. And let's see when their last Sebastian Roberts. That's May 4th. And then this thing May 7th. And they live in Chicago. They're from LA. I was born in East LA. There's YouTube. We know that one. Twitch. That's the one I couldn't. Twitter. They're on the X, and so they haven't even changed that to X. No, something ain't right, folks. Sorry, these were some dedicated folks that, I mean, they would have had to have solved it from point A to point B, and it involved the female body inspectors for it to shut it, for them to shut down. They would have had to have literally a gag order put on them because they don't. Also, Brendan's not a wimp. He doesn't take shit from anybody, and neither does Malia. Really, Malia's a badass. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing from them, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing them again. Let me see if I can get a voice call. I gotta allow it. No answer. Just one ring. Let's try a live video call. Maybe it'll find my camera. Allow. Something went wrong. One more call, just in case maybe he's at work, he'll run to the bathroom. Kane, leave me alone. I'm at work. Oh, that cut off quicker than the first time. One more try. Something went wrong. You guys can't see what I'm doing on the Facebook. I see now. Sorry. Now you can. Audio call. So you can see that I called them. Unfortunately, they are not responding there. So yeah, get me fired up and tell me, please send me an email and tell me why this case wasn't prosecuted. Gressback, one of the famous things he said that really got me, that endeared me to him, was he wants an explanation, first of all, why no arrests have been made 2.5 months later when we finally got the information. And B, why... Okay, I'm about to sign off, CC, but thank you for coming in. I really, really appreciate it, and I love you. But I appreciate you. Why a culture of violence was allowed to persist, in so many words, to persist at the university. And it's the economy, stupid. It's follow the money, without a question. That if their school looks bad, if they're football players who they give scholarships to, they pay under the table. They are marquee players that draw crowds, and whatever the case may be. I don't know how much the athletic program means to them at the University of Idaho, but I do know that University of Idaho itself, the University of Idaho image, is important. And so if they feel like there's a distrust in the public of how the safety of the prospective student would be, they're going to do anything to quash it. And they did do anything to quash it. And how far does that go? Well, that goes as far as maybe the overdose or the unaliving of 4 students in their beds, allegedly, one night, 2 years ago, and they can't work fast enough or hard enough to cover it up. They can't work fast enough or hard enough to cover anything else that comes up, no matter how related. The horror. Okay, I start.
Welcome everybody to another episode of the True Crime Talk Show.
Oh, it must be Facebook.
My name is Bryan.
And I'm welcome to the show.
But somehow, oh wait, there I. There they are, guys. It's what they used to look like. They'll look different when we see them coming up, if we do ever again. There's been a little bit of talk. I wanted to try and address it. I'm glad she. I think it was Sudi brought it up. Hold on, guys. This is a nightmare. It's a monumental move here. Sorry. Now I'm gone. Did I stop broadcasting? I probably did. I cannot tell. Somehow. Oh. Hey, try this. Is that me? Okay, I smalled myself. Now that I'm doing this broadcast, dude, I'm standing here beside myself, thinking about, what exactly in the AF is going on, man. Because we've been looking, and I knew I'd have a part in this damn case. But I can't accept the fact that, am I the only one of all the, I didn't see any other creators mentioning this Timmie Reed shit. But you got the horror of the students that, had to go to school for 2 weeks with the terror that a murderer was running around, and then they find out he's wearing a mask, and then you're going to tell me that they just waltz over in masks with pipes, beat the crap out of a kid, and just walk away. Give me a fragging break, bro. No. And it scares me because here's where the whole thing ends. Okay? I say keep a respectable, unified front against this because this is not the war. This is not the hill you're gonna die on, bro. Heather. Anyone else to it? This is a skirmish. Excuse me. This is a push. This is a brush off of the war that we gotta fight. And I think I showed you right here in my hometown. You got the Fraternity of Brotherhood over there. Its president. Is arrested by his own. And what was he doing? He was talking to the drug dealers, dude. Talking to the drug dealers. It's an A-B situation. We got to find our truth in the rabbit hole. Point blank, period. There's really no two ways about it. And the kingpin of the Thumber Downers, they're going to push you down. They're going to push us down with one hand, and they're going to pick our pocket with the other. And it makes it's so easy for them, even though we dug up these facts, for them to twist the facts with their little word salads and make us look stupid for even thinking of it. Oh, what a bunch. I mean, dude, there might have been truth to the tunnels. There might have been truth to the parachutes. Because you know how ridiculous they made that sound? Doth do protest too much, my dear. When they start getting all finger pointy and conspiracy theory, that is when you know that you're on to something, bro. Point blank, period. I'm sorry. You can roll your eyes all you want, son. But I 100% will tell you that the University of Idaho is 100% behind all this cover-up. Behind pushing Bill. Behind pulling down Annie. And, Annie, get your gun. Because we got a big fight to come up. Keep your head above the water, guys. Keep it respectable. Have honor. Have integrity. And keep these facts coming. But it's such a minute, small, insignificant little part. Even though we do have, I admit, we got true crimers watching this from England, from South Korea. I got India. Most of my people are coming from India. God bless India. Yeah, and it's shocking a lot of people, but not enough, man. Because they got the money, they can squash it. And if we come up with something good, it's easy for them to not only push us away, but push us down and take our shit and twist it around. Write a song there. Alright, dude. Let's check Facebook, and then I'm straight. I'm exhausted from the other day. That riot was ridiculous. I don't know how I got so big here. You'll just have to trust me that I'm tired at times. Okay, so I called him twice. I sent him a message. I'll say, hey, it's Kane. Kane Bees the Purge. Coming at you live. And we'll do, you know what, I'll give it one more minute before I sign off. And thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate it. How are you? We are worried and concerned. And concerned, right? Oops. So there, that's sent. Alright, and then don't mind the man behind the curtain here, folks. That's just me shaking around. Does it shake? Does it go? There's an earthquake here in Florida through my sled. Alright, we'll get rid of this bad boy. Alright, so check that. I'm going to keep an eye on it here for a minute. I'm going to just call one more time. Just so you know I'm calling, you can hear it. Oh, am I on an echo? Have I been on echo? Oh, man. Let me see. But here. Wait. There's no answer. That was an audio call twice. So, yeah. I'm looking through. As serious and dedicated of creators as you could have right here at Thought Riot Broadcast are not answering their calls, they're not answering their messages, they're not answering emails. Like I said, if Brendan was in a bodycast, let me look over my notes real quick and see if I missed anything here. The HD TV coverage, if you missed that. ET, one thing. A.R. Hayes is in my brain, I'm not going to sing it. Blah, 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 blah. We're getting closer to the truth. It's funny that demonetization looks like demonization, or demon is nation. Listen, Nick Reed, Timmie Reed is the most important thing in this case. It needs to be looked into, it needs to be followed, and we need people screaming that they're innocent. And that always helps. If you're dedicated to destroying other creators, here's your pronoun. I started that here. You'll hear it other places. That's how we start stuff at the Purge. One sees it. One person sees it. And then that's it. It becomes part of the common vernacular. Like, you ever heard he's all busted up or he's all banged up? That was me. You count on that. Alright, so that was my buddy. Okay, so thank you again for tuning in. This has been an emergency broadcast. I'm so thrilled I got to talk to you guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you were listening. And somehow I'm going to shut this chat down. Let me see if more. Did I filter anybody? Okay, let me see if I don't have any monitors, so I just want to see if anybody's filtered. But over here, I don't have a stop button, so I'm going to eat my lunch now. I might still be broadcasting. I don't know. Because I can't get rid. Here's how you get rid of the chat. Okay. But what I'm going to do is get rid of the chat. It's a dock. And I just turned it off. Okay, so I recorded the whole thing this time, fortunately. And then next time, I'm going to do the Kopaka Eye, and we're going to talk about the guy who said, let me see who it was, because I want to give him credit. Right now. You can't see my notifications, but they're up. Cheryl Butler, 2452, likes hardcore Parker. She checked in on me on the hurricane. That was nice. Okay, so it's Bud Rob 998. I don't know if he's in the chats. If we see him, woke up 1984. Thanks for coming by. Bud Rob at Bud Rob, like it said, BUDROB 998 submits that it was good vibes that's in the eye that we see in that vector part of the eye, guys. How creepy is that? So that creeped me out, and I said, hey you, stop. That's creepy. And he said, no, that's what's in the eye. That's what's written in the eye and more. So apparently, my in-depth analyzation, see, he says plus more. It's what's in the picture plus more. So either somebody's done a much better investigative job on the eye than I have, or he just knows, or I feel like somebody has, but I haven't been able to find it. So I'm going to go into that again. In next one, thank you again for being here.